This past Saturday, you announced on a show in Memphis that Memphis Wrestling is returning to Saturday morning in April. But I think a lot of people are confused, especially a lot of people that follow the show. They want you to talk about it. I think they want you to clear the air on what exactly is returning or going to be broadcast live every Saturday morning.
Yeah, there is a little bit of misunderstanding about that, apparently. I went and had a meeting with my people. Of course, we have the new Jerry Lawler's Classic Memphis Wrestling Show. Well, I say it's new. We've done 4 episodes. Been on for like 4 months now, and but it's on. Excuse me. It's on our CW network here in Memphis, Channel 30. And what the show consists of is it's me and we've tried to have a guest every week. The first week was Bill Dundee. We've had our longtime referee Jerry Calhoun on, Eddie Gilbert's brother Dangerous, Doug Gilbert. And who we have this past week, we had Randy Hales, who is doing double duty now as our manager of the Bar and Grill. But back in the day, he actually ran Memphis Power Pro Wrestling. And so and what we do, we go back and we look at some of the old matches from back in the day, not only matches from TV studios, but matches from the Mid-South Coliseum and that sort of thing. And we talk about, me and my guests will sort of do updated commentary on the matches as they're going along. And so it's just, it's a return of the classic Memphis wrestling that I hear all the time. People say, man, I sure do miss those old days of seeing the Memphis wrestling. So we brought it back. And our situation so far has been we do a new show once a month, and it will air 3 times during the month, that same show. So, and it would air at different times. The second Saturday of every month, it airs at 8 p.m. on Saturday night. Then the third Saturday of every month, the same show airs at 5 p.m. And then the fourth week, it airs on Sunday at noon. So it's different times. So we're trying to get a different, get the different audiences, different viewers watching that show at least once a month. Well, after meeting with the people at Channel 30, everything's going so good. We thought we were gonna change it up a little bit. We're gonna put the show on now, starting in April. We're gonna put the show on every single week with a new show every week, and it'll be on every Saturday morning at 11 o'clock, which is the old Memphis wrestling time that everybody in Memphis grew up knowing that, they'd go out and party and get drunk and everything on Friday night and wake up at 11 o'clock on Saturday morning, watch wrestling, and then get ready to start their day. So we're going to tap into that. That crowd is still there. That's the same MO of Memphis wrestling fans to this day. So we're going to go back with the show Saturday morning, 11 o'clock, starting in April on Channel 30. But a lot of people thought there were going to be a new live wrestling show. And that's not what it's going to be. We don't have the studio facility to do that anymore, but we're going to go back and show all of these old shows, old matches, and that sort of thing. The one this week that Randy Hales was on, we've had one of the cool matches was Randy Savage and Lanny Poffo with their dad, Angelo Poffo, in the corner at the Mid-South Coliseum against the Rock and Roll Express, where at the end of the match, Randy Savage grabbed Ricky Morton and pile drive him through that huge, heavy announce table that we used to have there at the Coliseum and broke. I think that's the first time that was the first time I'd ever seen an announce table broken where somebody got pile driven through it. But then that was one of the matches that we got on this week's show.
Yeah, because when I first saw the headline that was making the rounds via social media, my thought was, there's going to be, live Memphis wrestling, back on Saturday morning TV in Memphis. But that's well,
I did a radio show with a local guy here in Memphis named Kevin Cerrito, and he has a radio show on every week that he talks about wrestling on Saturday mornings, which, as a matter of fact, he told me he was a little worried because his radio show is on Saturday mornings at 11 o'clock. So we're going to be going head to head against his radio show with our wrestling show. But he announced it. I mean, that's where I made the announcement. And what happened was he I think he went on social media and to try to tease to get the people to watch or to listen to his wrestling show, he threw a tease out there that made it sound like it might be live or it might be taped, and you had to tune in and listen to his show to find out what the situation was.
Well, I was hooked. I got hooked.
Hooked you right in. There you go, Glenn.
Hooked me right in for the download. But yeah, I thought it was actually live wrestling. But is this going to be Well, I mean, not just going to be, but it's going to be the Memphis Wrestling Show every week, a new episode. Wow, you're going to be in the TV studio a lot, King.
Well, yeah, it does look like that, but it's going to be fun. Like, for instance, our next taping is in 2 weeks, and I've got Dave Brown coming in, and what we're going to start doing now is instead of doing one show with each guest, we're going to do 2 or possibly 3 in the in the day that we have somebody in the studio. So it may be, and we may bring in more than one. But we're going to start doing. First off, we're going to do 2 with Dave Brown. Then after that, we're going to do 3 shows on one day a month, and then we'll have. When we're going to start it in April, we'll have 15 shows in the can, and that way we'll be able to start doing it on a weekly basis. And also that once we have that many shows in the can, I want to also so many requests and people. I mean, like our podcast is listened to literally all over the world, but only people in Memphis get to see this Memphis Wrestling Show. So once we get 15 shows in the can, I go to the people at the WWE Network and see if there's any interest in having them broadcast the Memphis Wrestling Show once a week on the network, which that would be cool. And everybody everywhere would have an opportunity to see it.